and welcome to week 17 of RE on TV. I'm Miss Jess. This week, we're continuing our month of asking, what does it mean to be a people of beloved community? I hope that you and your family have been able to explore what beloved community means, and that you're able to ask each other, what does it mean to build community with each other and with the world community? This week, we're going to learn about the 8th principle of Unitarian Universalism. Now, you might be saying, Miss Jess, I thought there were only 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism. And you'd be right, at least for now. You see, the 8th principle, it isn't official yet, but it is so important that many congregations have started talking and learning about it, even before our faith as a whole adopts it. Sometimes the democratic process moves a little slowly. But the good news is we don't have to wait. We can start learning and following the 8th principle today. But first, welcome into this quiet place of beauty. We come from busy things. Pausing for a moment for the thoughts that quiet brings. Our chalice lighters this week are the Sofanoff family.
We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action.
Do you know what this is? It's a croissant, right? And what about that? That's a bagel. When you youth make a covenant about the promises they want to keep between each other, they sometimes say, be a croissant, not a bagel. What do you think that means? It means to stay open to new ideas and don't close the circle. Staying open to new ideas is what we need to do to build beloved community. Building beloved community and journeying towards spiritual wholeness isn't easy. The proposed 8th principle invites us to accountably dismantle racism and other oppressions in ourselves and our institutions. What does that mean? Well, dismantling means taking apart something which has been built up. Racism has been built up for over 400 years, at least in America, right? If we want to dismantle it, we must commit to the long haul and the hard work. So one of the ways our faith guides us into becoming a people of beloved community, it tells us, don't run away when things get hard. Stay open, like that croissant, right? It'll take determination to build beloved community. The tortoise symbolizes determination. There's an Aesop's fable about a race between a tortoise and a hare. So, who do you expect to win? The Hare and the Tortoise, an Aesop's fable. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow. "Do you ever get anywhere?" he asked with a mocking laugh. "Yes," replied the tortoise, "and I get there sooner than you think. I'll run you a race and prove it." The hare was much amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise. But for the fun of the thing, he agreed. So the fox, who had consented to act as judge, marked the distance and started the runners off. The hare was soon far out of sight, and to make the tortoise feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try and race with a hare, he lay down beside the course to take a nap until the tortoise should catch up. The tortoise, meanwhile, kept going slowly but steadily, and after a time he passed the place where the hare was sleeping. But the hare slept on very peacefully, and when at last he did wake up, the tortoise was near the goal. The hare now ran his swiftest, but he could not overtake the tortoise in time. The moral of the story: the race is not always to the swift. The tortoise didn't falter when things got hard as it watched the hare disappear in the distance. It'll take determination to build beloved community. Miss Leah is here this week with a song of love and community.
Father, mother, sister, brother, they're all part of me. Teacher, friend, here within, they are all part of me. I love myself as I love you. We touch each other, make life true. I am part of this community, and it is part of me. Father, mother, sister, brother, they are all part of me. Teacher, friend, here within, they are all part of me. I love myself as I love you. We touch each other, make life true. I am part of this community, it is part of me.
Our special guest this week is Marietta Tanner. She's a longtime Unitarian Universalist, and her goal is to help create beloved community. She's starting her work inside our faith. Miss Marietta?
Principal. I'm Marietta Tanner, and I'm a longtime member of the Unitarian Universalist Church. Much to the chagrin of my family, who feels, why in the world are you going to that white church? Especially since you have been such a stalwart in the fight for liberty and civil rights, especially for children and for all black people. Well, that's true, but I feel that this is a group that wants to fight for the rights of all people. But we do have lingering white supremacy in our midst, and I find it cropping up every now and then. For example, when I was at my other church, I wrote a play, and when we put it on, everybody was congratulating the person who had the lead part in the play, because she was a playwright. She did write plays, but they were short that she wrote it. And when she said, oh no, Marietta wrote this play, they was, she did that? They didn't know that Marietta also was a writer, or I certainly wasn't recognized as one by all those white people in my church. So you do have these lingering feelings that, these people are probably inferior, and that's because of a long history of white supremacy in this country. I think if we support the eighth principle, which tells us to makes us have the obligation to fight racism, we will be a stronger church. We'll fight racism everywhere. We'll fight all kinds of oppression. And this is why I support the eighth principle.
That's it for our show this week. Can you say the words with me for extinguishing the chalice? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. It's going to take a lot of work to build a better world. And that's okay. Because as you know how important that work is. And you know there is a whole faith community behind you, supporting you as you live out our principles. I know you can do it. Until next time, blessed be, my loves.